Yeah, recording works. Okay, guys, this video is overdue because it's a nightmare I just had. I have a laptop. I have a... Oh, what is that? It doesn't even tell me. iTech headset, or BitTech headset, which was doing a good job. It's a little bit small around the ears, had a good microphone and stuff like that. So when I wanted to do my Christmas video, all I had on the microphone side was boo. I hate that. So I was playing around. I said, yeah, that's it. Ubuntu or Ubuntu is having a revenge. So I said, okay, no problem. Go to the laptop. I have no clue what it is. I can only imagine something is wrong with the headset. Maybe a cable loose or something. So here's my very, very old Triton headset. And it has a red pin, a green pin, and a USB. So the red pin for some reason doesn't seem to record or whatsoever, but the USB does. But with USB sound, you have a Triton sound then. Well, it's terrible. It's mono. I don't want mono. I want stereo. And I wanted that when I play a game, I want to have a boom, right? When it shoots. And so I've got now my, what's it called? My Sound Blaster USB thing plugged in, and use the sound out to my headphone in there, and I use a USB microphone to record without boop, stuff like that, right? Oh, and don't get me started. I work on 3 computers at once. I'm not talking even about this. So what I do here is PrivateInternetAccess Ubuntu server, because I've got a Ubuntu server on my Unraid machine tower, where I have 493 errors when I run my parity check. I think it's a parity drive which has problems. I have no clue. However, long story short, because we had power outages, and I have it in the garage in a moment because I put all the hard drives in a smaller case, and I tell you, you have temperature problems. So in the garage you can run it without problem. It doesn't go over 40 degrees, the hottest drive, and everything else is fine. And I'm playing on some other stuff too. You know, I was BitCoin, so I'm looking BitCoin stuff up, and oh guys, is there no YouTube presenter or presenter at all who has his own personality? I see so many wannabe copies of Steve Jobs running around. It's disgusting. It's like, no, I can't say some things, but you know what I mean. But honestly, it's disgusting. They're just all trying to be Steve Jobs. Man, get an own character. Holy moly, it's an advertisement. Do you get bombarded with advertisement? This is dreadful. Yeah? You have 2 or 3 advertisements before it starts, and you have in the middle 2 advertisements. What the heck? And then you have some people that do actually not too bad content, but all I hear is doodle boom 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 doodle. I don't want to hear music. If I want to hear music, I YouTube for music. If I want to hear other stuff, if it is about computer networks, hardware, software, anything like this, I don't want to have doodle boom 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 doodle. You can hardly understand what these people say. It's so dreadful. And what I do, I mean, Merry Christmas. So, and what I do is now, if there's advertisement, I switch it off. I do not watch advertisement anymore. And I do it on Roku. If I could do it on my computer easily, then I even think if I should put PF Sense on or something, and if I can block then YouTube videos advertisement there, because it's worthwhile. It's unbearable. It's unbearable. Yeah, these YouTube advertisement. It's too much. Yeah. So now you know how much I suffer. As you can see, I play with tons of browsers around. Tor browser, of course, is always a star. To me, Orwell is my... Oh, Orwell, this is for my DS418J or 19J. I think the DS419J. So one of the weakest Synology drives you can ever get, but they're good for certain things. Like a backup, the DS218 has my Synology drive. That's where I got files on. Or for all my phones have these DS file on, which has photo backups. Yeah, not then when your phone dies. Or yeah, I should make another video about one thing. Run, alarm. So, however, so everything gets backed up. And what about if my DS218 dies? Then how do I get access to my files, right? I would have, let's say the hardware dies. I have to buy another one. And I may not want this, right? You have to buy another DS218 or bigger to use the hard drives you have. Or if the hard drive dies, okay, you have two, it's always a backup redundancy. But if your hardware dies, then how do you get access, right? So your nodes, Synology nodes, you have to update them manually. And I do this from time to time because I had a very bad experience. And Das Gregor knows, so he knows now too. And so I back it up from now and then, but I can't back it up just on my Synology drive, because if it dies, it's gone anyway, right? So it goes in. I'm heavily a Resilio user. SyncSync, I would love to use it, but they don't have the basic, right? The basic means sync something right away when it happens, or not sync maybe in a day or two, or if at all. That's my experience with SyncSync. I like the features, everything they have, but if it can't sync a single file on when it happens, don't invent anything. What for? It's you have the finest car, but you just don't have an engine. Oh, what for, guys? What for? I don't want to discourage these guys. But start with get the transfer done first. And very important, local networks should figure out local IP addresses and use local transport. Resilio does, Synology got that, everybody got that. SyncSync, I think I never ever transferred something local through my local network. Every now and then it happened that it attempted to sync a file through a network, which is also absolutely ridiculous. It's unreliable. If you use like I use KeyPass XC, as you can see here. That's KeyPass XC, and it's over here too. So I have a database file, which gets backed up every time KeyPass is writing something. It makes a backup file from what existed before. I also have that going down in Resilio, and it goes on different stations. It goes on the DS218, it goes on the DS419J, and it goes on my Unraid server. So just in case, I cannot risk losing one server and then not having it. And if I would use SyncSync, I would not even know if I ever have an update from my database, because it's not happening, not real time, not in any time in my experience. It's now almost half a year ago, I think, since I played around with that. I would love it. I would love it. It just doesn't. But by the way, this is not my day, or my days for Christmas. So 24th, I wanted to make the video and said, oh yeah, I'll just do this, I do that. And then I thought, because everything was working fine, yeah, just put your headset on, make a video. No, cannot be. How could that be, right? So Parrot, I use that for certain things. I love the anonymous switch. You switched it on, your Tor network worked. Oh, by the way, Das Gregor and Irish, so Reddington and Denver. We need to figure out, how to host your own Java from Pigeon, Java service where we can encrypt on the fly, stuff like that. But your own server. I know that Das Gregor has his own, but I don't know if he has it hosted somewhere or at his own home. And we have to make it as safe as possible, because we have weird times, very weird times. And it's always good to have something secure for privacy. The good thing is there's a statistic out about Tor. People think, oh, he's using Tor as a terrorist, right? No, it's not. I think 6% try to use it for criminal stuff. And all the other 94%, they're just doing the normal thing. They just draw a curtain at their house. They don't want to be seen when they have a shower and stuff like that. It's private. It's privacy. Or privacy, tomato, right? So, yeah, privacy counts, and counts even more, because nowadays some governments, they have job offers for traitors, spies and backstabbers and like that. They tour around and try to find somebody to do something silly, not knowing what happens, why things happen. And I'm totally disagree with that. If a government pushes one citizen against the other, this is bad. This is very bad. And I totally disagree with actions like that. Absolutely. So we need privacy because, as I always say, you just need to. The easiest example is you Google for a cancer. A friend of yours got cancer. You're looking, how can I support this guy? So now you will be associated with cancer stuff. Now just imagine there is an organization like listening to your conversation and you heard stuff and you just talk with your friend and because it's your friend, you don't say, look, I heard about that. You just say, what about this and what about that and what do you believe about these things? And you can't, free speech is going down too, the drain, it looks like. You need to have that protected so that you can have a free exchange of thoughts and minds and brainstorming without being judged and persecuted or whatsoever, right? So that's why we need stuff like that. So, does Gregor, I know you have a X-Chat, is that, or whatever, we can use it with Pigeon too. Any chatting tool, I like Ricochet, but I think Ricochet goes like torrent, right? It goes right through, not on the server. It just gets encrypted right away because it uses Tor. So Ricochet seems to be okay to me. That's a fine tool to have. But I thought, what about if you can host your own server and encrypt this? So that would be a nice idea. And you see, I'm totally here. I've got GPG running, password keys, and Zulu Crypt. I got this one running, and some other stuff. So I'm looking in encrypting stuff, whatever. You never know right now. I've got now for all my email addresses. And by the way, my Gmail address, which you could see every now and then, it still exists. It does some basic stuff. I have on my Unread server, my Ubuntu server, like here, and I run Thunderbird on there, and I had more than 93,000 emails in my inbox, I think from 2015 or 14 or 5. I don't know anymore. And I just made a POP3 account and said, look, take everything out what is older than 10 days. So now I've got enough time. If there's something I have to do, I do it. And if not, it's gone. I don't get bothered anymore with old stuff. And once I got my 93,000 emails, I just copied the whole virtual machine onto another, on Unraid as well, out of my cache drive. And then I copied to my DS218, and it will also, of course, go to my 419J. Well, that's my safe bit. If I ever need one of my old emails I want to search, there it is. I don't have to do anything else. It's all there. And I will copy this regularly, maybe every year. It's not that I have these super important emails, So it's not doing too much. It's, not so super important. So, that is that. And I'm working on virtual machines here, running in a virtual box. So that's a nice thing too, because once you do stuff here, you just have to have any virtual machine install a virtual box. Oh yeah, virtual machine, nesting. So that might get wrong. So however, but this you can use any laptop, have it hanging around somewhere. I've got some very old stuff somewhere. Is very low power consumption. But yeah, so that's what I'm thinking. Have a virtual machine, you never know. It's easy. And especially with Unraid, you can change these virtual drives, or the VDI, you can even upload them. I trust. I have to play around with it, but we should have more time, but it looks like we have less time. I mean, after that little dog, I got to get the fort from my wife for nothing. I didn't play my game, I just didn't get to it, and I really, really want to. This launcher is actually War Thunder. I should rename it. Rename. And I was just sick and tired. I don't want to play on Windows. Windows is a disgrace to mankind. Windows is a disgrace to mankind, to all human beings. It is a disgrace. But no, that's the times we're living in, right? Having said this, I really want to play, and I will play, But I also like to spend some time with my little doggy, and I worked on, I would say, at one time I had to change my Unraid server with my gaming computers, so the cases, so I took all the motherboards out, stuff like that, and I'm still not done. And I'll show you next year. My stuff should come. I ordered lots of little things, and it should come, let's say, 5th of January, latest till February. Then I work on stuff around, and then I'll show you something, and it's always from the total new user, right? That's the channel about. This is not the, oh, I'm the super intelligent, knowing it all. This is the, I like Linux, and I like to play around, and I test things channel, right? And I need your hard knuckles to help me out with stuff. And it goes always in direction security and safety. And I must say, I look into BitCoine stuff. Don't fall for these. There's tons of channels. How can I say this? There's lots of disinformation. It's getting spreaded a lot. Lots of channel. They say like, oh yeah, you have to watch out. It's it can go up and down. Don't fall for like on a stock market. Buy Bitcoin. Oh yeah, sell it tomorrow. And yeah, the exchange, they make money. Where's your money going? But having said this, everybody knows Snowden uses Bitcoin too. So you need cryptocurrency. I think it's a very important tool nowadays. You need it, for example, if you buy, or if you want to buy mail fence. That's a very good anonymous service for email. You can use your own PGP key for it, and you can even use it in IMAP and stuff, and you can pay with crypto. So nobody will ever know. That support Tor 2, and nobody will ever know who you are. So you can have actually a real anonymous email. Yes, I have Proton Mail too, of course. But it's always an online platform, right? So if you go to Proton Mail, they support Tor 2. You can easily go with your Tor browser and access it from there. Or if you use Parrot Home, that's totally fine too. It's all pretty good. And I like Parrot. But with everything which is holding their own stuff, like Parrot, I forgot what it was. Because it's all on their own server, and what isn't there, if you want to install something else, you might not get it. Because it might not be in their repertoires. Yeah, it might not be there. So then you struggle a little bit. But then the question is, on the end, you can ask yourself, did I really need it? Most of the time, no. There's something else working and stuff, but I don't want to be depending on anything. So that's why I look into this crypto stuff. When I see what Parrot OS is using, it's very great, good stuff. But they also use cryptic encryptors and decryptors, which you have to compile yourself. As long as you can do it, that's fine. And I go in that too, a little bit compiling, because you need to know how to do it. And yeah, so I will not use anything on Parrot, which I cannot recreate on any Linux system. Let's say Debian Ubuntu based. Yeah, if I can't do it on MX, if I can't do it on Ubuntu, not good, because I don't want to depend on a single system, right? And tails, guys, tails, very important, tails. Everybody should have their own USB stick in the pocket, tails. And yes, you can have an encrypted volume, but you should have a second one, a giveaway key in case you get caught. And there's something on the pictures of your girlfriend and you don't want anybody, not even the guys from the NSA, to have it. Yeah, so you have to have your own Tails USB stick. Everybody should have one. Always in your pocket, always with you. And if you need to use somebody's computers, that's the one you use. And yes, you can use encrypted, extended volume or whatever they call it. It's a good thing for many things. All right, but on Tails, make sure that you can't use your normal email address, because if you have Tor running, you're not getting it. You can't get it. You get blocked. You can't get your emails. So you need something like Proton Mail, which would be the easiest, cheapest, right? Or you use Mail Defense or Mail Fence. That is a good one. Tutanova, I think it's not bad either. It's definitely not bad. But Mailfence, this is what I like. Mailfence seems to be pretty good. And you can buy it in crypto. Yeah, in Bitcoin. You can pay for your subscription for a year. That's totally fine too. The same with the VPN I use. You know, I use PIA, Private Internet Access. And there's the same thing. You can pay with crypto or with Bitcoin. And then you're totally anonymous. There is no trace, no real trace, except your ISP maybe. I don't know how that works. I know everything. No, I don't. So, but you can go anonymous in many ways where you want to go, right? I mean, as I said, I've got nothing to hide, but I also have nothing to show to other people. Well, what about? What I show is here on YouTube. What I don't want you to see, I draw the curtain. This is it. Okay, guys, love you all. Thank you for all staying with me. This is my Merry Christmas to all of you. I hope you had a good Christmas time. I had nothing than hustle with technique, especially with my headphone. I could throw it around, but it's at least I can listen to stereo sound. That still works. So just the microphone is done. I tell ya, guys, everything is dying, right? Alright, so this is this. I don't know if I can make a game video tonight. I don't think so. I would love to play a little bit, or maybe I just do in half an hour doing something. And I really would love to play. So, one more time, if you have something here, you can even go and say, if you go on a virtual machine and settings, you can even say disk encryption. You can switch that on and use that. That's one way to do it. What I usually do is my Parrot home is on an encrypted drive. So when it boots up, stops and asks you for the encryption key, you just type it in, then you get your grub menu, and then you can boot in Parrot, for example. But you can do the same thing. You can do it with MX, with Ubuntu. You can do it with whatever you want, right? It's that Luke encryption, and that will do too. Which would be the easiest, because I don't know if VirtualBox is going to change this one day. Then what? Yeah, if they change the encryption or anything else, will it be backwards compatible, or how is it going to be? I don't want it. So if I want to have my privacy operating system here running on a VirtualBox for all my normal computers, right? And so I set it up one time that I really don't have to do much. Emails coming in and out, I don't really care, that's okay. But all my applications, bookmarks should be there. Passwords, as I said, I'm a Resilio guy, I use that. And I let the database be updated through this. So there won't be any problem which computer I ever start. I can have always the same thing. I did this with Windows 7. Yeah, no, that's not security, and there's no safety or privacy whatsoever. But I used it as my work thing, because I had programs I needed to use which run only under Windows. But these times are over. Yay! So that's done. And so now I can say goodbye to Windows for good. And even my game, the most important game to me, plays very nicely natively here on Linux. Absolutely great. And OBS. You can't see it here, but it uses the ENC encoder. This is an old... I call it once it was a gaming PC. It's still doing okay. It has a 150 Ti or 160 Ti graphic card in, but it's one of these HP cheats, which seems to have a little bit more powerful than a laptop power supply, and inside it looks all like a laptop CPU and stuff like that. It works. I can play, I can record, because through the ENC encoder it uses the hardware encoding, so I can still record and play. And War Thunder, yes, that comes back. I have to, when I get all the materials I ordered, then I'll show you what I did, and I will have my gaming computer back on. And then I use my 570 RX AMD graphic card for gaming. And that will be nice. That will be really, really nice. And I would love for MX to recognize, or the OBS under MX 19, to recognize also the hardware as encoding. That would be absolutely great. This Ubuntu is still 18.04. With 20, I've got nothing than hustle. 20 is a shitty operating system. Ubuntu 20.04 is shite, to say it very gentle. It's a rubbish operating system. It gives you nothing than hassle, and I think it has to do with Snap and all the tryouts they try to throw on people there. It's bad. It's bad. 1604 was great. 1804 now, after almost running out, it's doing something. You can work with it. It's still 1,000 times better than 20. 20 is, forget about it. Oh. But for example, in 1604 you can't run OBS anymore. It's not compatible anymore. So you're forced to move on, right? Except you have the old app image from OBS and can work with that or stuff like that, right? Okie dokie. So yeah, I can't see anymore these Steve Jobs imitations. Oh, guys, I could throw up when I see them. Yeah, I'm really sorry. A trainer jeans and a shirt and making all the arm gestures Steve did doesn't make you a good presenter. It makes you a an NPC. You're not even a personality. You're just, I don't know what. Yeah, get your own personality. Do your own thing. Yeah, dang. However, so what a great Christmas movie, right, guys? So yeah, we need to host our own server for communication, encrypted, and everybody should be able to host it on their own computer. You know what I mean? As best as we can. I mean, Ricochet works everywhere. Ricochet, you just downloaded apps here. So the Ricochet, here it is. So if you want to have Ricochet running, you just have that. Why do I have Ricochet? Was that Ricochet? Oh, let me see. So create launcher. I call it Ricochet. I'll go on command. Seems to be the easiest. Home, apps, Ricochet, Tor. Do I have to start Tor? Really? If I remember that right, I started Ricochet. So, see, I don't think that's the one, because you don't have to start Tor. This is wrong. Permission. I forgot what I did. Let's go in here. CD apps. Oh yeah. Apps 0 Rico. Oh. Did I mention I want to learn typing one day? Ricochet. Less. That's the thing. There we go. You see, you don't need to. This is rubbish. So instead of Tor, you just write Ricochet. Ricochet. Did I spell it right? Ricochet. Yeah. So that's what you got to do. And then here you can say connect. That's when it calls Tor. You don't have to do anything. And then you have a fine might have taken too long here. I break this off. I'll fire up this one now. So here it is. There's Ricochet. So it seems to be done. So, and if you wonder, because you can add people, but you can't change your ID. Your ID is in the JSON file, here in Ricochet JSON. So if I open that with mousepad, I forgot where it is. Oh man, that doesn't seem to be the best option here. So there's also this key, the identity. Maybe I don't have it yet. I don't know. I forgot. So, however, if you use Ricochet and you have your people and everything, just copy this little thing. That will be your. I think you can delete this even. Let's see. I think that gets new created, because if you use a new instance, yeah, there it is. So you get another Ricochet JSON. Yeah, lock is because it's locking. And let's say LibreWriter. Show me something. Language. Data directory. Yeah, so you get a key like this, but much shorter. Or your identity is much shorter. I think that's the whole key on the end. And it gets new created every time. So if you install Ricochet and you want to have your old stuff, use this one. This Ricochet thing. This is the heart and soul. Right? Just as a little tip. Oops. So and everybody saw my key and you all have photographic memories, so I better delete this. Get a new one. So yeah, okay, sorry guys, that was it. As I said, I have to always redo things because I forget. Alright guys, nevertheless. Ricochet. Do I have this? Rico? Oh. This is my Merry Christmas video for all of you. With Strato. Should I use this? Yeah, why not? So, yeah, the JSON file is where all your stuff is in, and you want to keep that, because if you move it from PC to PC, or let's say if you use it on a virtual machine, that's fine. But if you need it to be updated, I use Resilio, and then it just goes back and forward and will be always, it has to be in this folder, right, in the Ricochet folder. And then it will just work fine. For now, until Das Gregor and Irish are coming along with our own chat server, right? And maybe Das Gregor and Irish can even show how to build your own Tor network, which you can switch on and off so that it goes automatically on, like it does go on PrivateOS. I like that very much. You know, you just start anonymous, then Tor network goes on, everything gets through the Tor network. You switch it off, everything goes off, and they have to go even so far that they say all dangerous application will be closed, and that closes all your browsers and stuff, which is absolutely great. That's how it's supposed to be. Yeah, good stuff, good stuff. Tail has this too. They have an unsafe browser. So if you want to access something which doesn't work with Tor, you can on Tails. I would recommend not, depending on what you do. Don't do it simultaneously, because then you can still be identified. So one at a time, yeah. And I would just go through Tor all the time. That's best practice. Your normal stuff, continue with normal things. Because if you like people, oh, I de-Google, yes, it's a good idea. But you have to keep your image running, because if you drop off, you become one of the dangerous people. Not dangerous because you're a danger, but you can't be tracked anymore so easily. And that's not good. So the government wants to know what you do. Okay guys, this is it. I upload this video. Love you all. Have a Merry Christmas. And I hope to make another video at least before New Year. And stay tuned guys. I ordered lots of stuff and I trust you would like to know what that is and what we should be doing. Okay, love you all guys. Stay tuned. Stay safe. Bye 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 bye. Oh no. Control stop.